Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for joining the party. Tonight, I am going to talk about skincare, why you're using each of the products, and the actual order to use the products. And it doesn't matter if you're using the Mary Kay, if you're the Mary Kay skincare, if you're using the skincare line, if you're using the Timewise skincare or the Timewise repair, which is the Volufarm. They are all the same order of things, no matter how you're using it. So that is what I'm going to show you tonight. So the first thing that you're going to do is cleanse. Well, I already have makeup on, so I am going to take the makeup off very first. And here is how I personally like to do it. Everybody's going to have different steps. This is the way I prefer it. So you're going to use the oil-free makeup or the eye makeup remover. Now, I do have eye primer or concealer on as an eye primer. So I am going to take that off. But I have a little secret that I use with the eye makeup remover. So if you just kind of hold it for a couple seconds and then rub it in a circle, that completely comes off. This is going to take off any of your eyeliners, your waterproof mascara, any eye makeup, anything at all. Now I take this, I flip it over, and then I do that same process, and I do it for the rest of my face. I have just found that this seems to work the best for me. Normally, I have a full face of makeup on, and I'm talking primer, foundation, concealer, contour, blush, highlight, eyeshadow, mascara, eyeliner, brows, lips, the works, everything. So this has been the best way that I personally have found to take off the makeup. And it looks like it's, for the most part, it looks like it's off. And then I go in with the micellar water. I hit the wrong one. And then I go in with the micellar water. And yes, I have actually used wrong products in the past. So you do want to read the things because they do look similar sometimes. And then I go in with the micellar water. Some people do that backwards. They do the micellar water, then the eye makeup remover. I don't think it truly matters, but this is just the way that I have found that works the best for me. And then I really go up into my hairline because I get makeup up in my hairline a lot. And make sure you get everything off the lips, which I don't have anything on today. And that's how much was still left. And sometimes I will go and again flip that pad over and do it again. You've heard of double cleansing. You're not going to hurt yourself by cleansing more than once. Trust me. Especially if you are a girly like me that wears a lot of makeup. All right. Now, and if you are not wearing any makeup, you can skip those two steps, go straight into the cleanser. Now, again, I'm showing you this with the Mary Kay Skin line, the Mary Kay Skincare line. There is still the Timewise, and there is the Timewise Repair, which is the Volufarm. Again, the steps are the same. There are 4 products in the actual skincare line. If you have other things that you're going to be purchasing or that you already have, I'm showing you all the steps. So the first thing you're going to do is wet down your face. Most people splash it. My sink doesn't work, so instead of running back and forth to the tub, I'm just doing it with my little washcloth here. And then you are going to take the cleanser and wash your whole face. I still feel like I have hair in my mouth. I hate that feeling. And I recently cut my hair, so it's possible. Now, also, I will tell you, especially for the aging girls, there, I got it. Which I am. You want to go down on to your neck, because that is where you're going to show your age the fastest. And we do not want to show our age. That's one thing with skincare, is that is going to help not show your age. Hopefully that makes sense. But you want to make sure that you're using all of your skincare down onto your neck. And if you, again, are like me, when you're doing your makeup, you're also blending it down on your neck. So you want to make sure that you're taking all of that off too. All right. I think I've got this all off now. All right. So after your cleanser, this is a step I'm going to skip for tonight, but your next step would be exfoliation. You're only going to exfoliate whether you are using a regular exfoliator like this or a chemical exfoliator, which is what is in the Voluform. But you're only going to use that 2 to 3 times a week. Do not over exfoliate your face, because then you're going to do more damage than you're going to help. But the exfoliation is getting all that dead skin off. Now, once you have done your skincare and your exfoliation, I'm still slightly damp, but then you're going to use the toner. Now, the toner only comes in the Mary Kay skincare line, so it only comes in this. Now, this is, I'm personally using the hydrating. There's also a mattifying, but the toner is the same. What the toner is doing is it's closing up your pores. So when you are cleansing your face, you are opening up those pores so that you can get that cleanser down deep into those pores, especially when you're exfoliating. I do extra toner when I exfoliate. I also use extra moisturizers, just because you're exfoliating that whole top layer of skin. So just a little extra step that I like to do. And I will also use that balancing toner when I am using the Time-Wise or the Time-Wise Repair, which is the Voluform. I do still use that toner. It does not come in the other kits. But again, that's closing up those pores. Now, your next step after that is going to be any kind of boosters. This is a nourishing oil, but there are hydrating, there are barrier boosters. There's all kinds of different, there's line reducers. So there's a lot of different boosters that you can get. This is going to be the time that you're going to use whatever boosters you want. Yes, you can use more than one. And a lot of the times I do. Today I'm not. And if you're going to use more than one booster, start with the one that you feel like you need the most. So if you are very dry, start with the hydrator or the oil, the hydrating booster or the oil. If you have, like, you want to reduce some of your lines, use your line reducer first. It's just depending on what exact skincare needs that you have. Just depends on which booster you would use. And again, you can use more than one. Just use the one that you feel like is the most important to you. So like right now I did the hydrating. I could then turn around and do the line reducer on top of that if I wanted to. Next step is going to be your serum. Now this does not come, it's a separate purchase. It does not come in the kit. But to me, this has been a game changer. This is the Replenishing Serum C and E. So it has both vitamins C and E in it. And one thing that I absolutely love, Hopefully this is showing up, but it has a spot on the side that tells you how many weeks you have left until you need a refill. I think that's amazing. And then again, it's just gonna go all over. And this is just putting more hydration and the vitamins E and C into your face. Now with this one, I will go a little bit into the back of the neck, but if that's not required. All right, if you have a eye cream, this is the time to use the eye cream. Your eyes are very sensitive. This is the thinnest, and on your eyelids is the thinnest skin that you have in your entire body. Your ring finger has the least amount of muscles, so it's the easiest one to use, or the best one to use, I should say, for eye cream. A lot of the times I use my middle finger, not for any specific reason, but that just happens to be the one I use the most. Now, personally, I have hooded eyes, so I will put the eye creams up into my hood and I use it into the crow's feet. Does it do anything? I don't know. It helps me mentally. I think I look better. I feel like I look younger. So I like to do it that way. You do not have to. And with the eye cream, you want to make sure you're doing it before your moisturizer. Moisturizer is too heavy for your eyelids, and they're not going to soak it up. They're just going to kind of run it off. So this is going to actually be designed straight for your eyelids. There's a few different types of eye cream. This is the Time Wise. It's also a firming cream, and then there is one with the Voluform. And then your last step, well, technically your second to last, but your last step is the moisturizer. Again, moisturize down the neck also. All steps should go down the neck. If you are doing this during the daytime, then you're going to want, that's why I say technically second to last, you're going to want to use sunscreen after this. And notice I am putting it underneath the eyes. I'm not going up to where I just put that eye cream on. And then again down the neck. And it's that easy. Now, one other thing, I gotta put my glasses on, but this would be then when you would put on your SPF. The only other thing I am gonna touch on, you can do this at night, you can do it during the day, you can do it in the middle of the day, it doesn't matter. And this is the Satin Lips. So this is the sugar scrub, and all you're going to do is take, I gotta wipe the moisturizer off my fingers. You're just gonna take a little bit and rub it into your lips, and this is going to exfoliate the lips. This is great to do if you are going to be wearing lipstick or lip gloss. It's going to help your lipstick stay on because you're exfoliating. You're taking off that top layer or two of skin, and you're going to rinse it off. And I also like to do this with a washcloth because that also helps exfoliate just a little bit more. And then you're going to do the Shea Butter Balm. And my fingers are wet. There we go. And even the applicator is different. So if you get confused, you can tell by the applicators. And you're just going to put it on. Now, I do not recommend putting the balm on if you're going to be putting your lipstick on immediately, just because it's going to kind of take that lipstick away. So only put this, in my opinion, only put this on if you are going to not have lipstick on, or if you're going to be waiting an hour or two before you do your makeup. I love doing this at night, and you can even use this Shea Butter Balm by itself. this is the end of this video. This was all about skincare. If you ladies have any questions at all, I just went over the basics. There's so much more to skincare. Please let me know if you have any questions at all. If anything, you have specific needs for your skincare, let me know. I am happy to help.